Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm about to review what might very well be my favorite book of December, and it is called The Stay-at-Home Mother by Nicole Trope. Now, we have our central character. Her name is Andrea, or Andy. She's married to Tom and has a 3-year-old son. She's also pregnant, and she is calling her soon-to-be-born daughter Gemma. Okay? Well, Andy's run down. She's run down for more than one reason. First of all, she's exhausted. She's pregnant, got this young child, but she's in a bad state. In fact, her and her husband have lost their standing. Something happened in their lives that now that they've moved to this new house, this house that could use a whole lot of updating and renovating, but they're living in this house. And her husband is working feverishly hard, and Andy is just pulling her hair out. So she meets her across the street neighbor, and her name is Gabby. And when she meets Gabby, everything looks like it's peachy keen and fine as far as Gabby is concerned. Now, when she meets Gabby, they hit it off. And in fact, Gabby takes a liking to Andrea's son. What is more is that this little guy is a rascal. He's 3 years old. You know how they say terrible twos, terrific threes? Well, might as well say troublesome threes, because he's a handful. But every time they run into Gabby, she has like these little trains, and it entrances the little boy, and Gabby is the perfect stand-in for whenever Andy needs a break. Now, Gabby is the mother to a teenage son, and she is also a social media maven. I don't know if that's the right word, but she's a social media person. And she posts everything about her life with her teenage son. And she knows that she can't keep posting about this kid because he's going to reach an age when he's tired of his life being on the internet. So that's our background. Our background of Andy and our background of Gabby. Okay? Now, the thing is, it's a psychological thriller. So if it's a psychological thriller, what do you expect in a psychological thriller? You expect a heavy plot, a thickening plot, something full of suspense, lots of questions, and some shocks, and some jaw-dropping twists and turns, and even some rabbit trails, right? You expect all of that, right? Now, when you read this book, at least when I read this book, you do wonder, sorry, I almost dropped my iPad. You do wonder as a reader, when you're given two strong characters, Andy and Gabby, which one of them can we not trust in this book? Yes. That's the thought that's going through my head. And if you love psychological thrillers as much as I do, and if you read as many as I do, then you know that somebody's going to be the unreliable narrator. In fact, this book is delivered chapter, every other chapter, Gabby, Andy, Gabby, Andy, Andy, Gabby. So you know one of them is going to be the unreliable one. But which one? Well, I'm not going to tell you which one. What I will tell you is, like I said at the beginning, this may very well be my favorite book of this month. Why? Because of the shocking twist. Okay? Now, there reaches a point in this book when something happens and you know that what happens isn't going to be followed through on, but then you wonder, how can it be pulled back and solved? Right? So while you're reading this and while that shocking event happens and you know that something is going to fall through with it, are you indeed prepared for the way the book takes a sharp twist and just yanks you into another direction and makes you go, wow? That's what this book did. In fact, when I read this book now, I will tell you, I do lots of puzzles, and I do lots of diamond painting, so I do a lot of text to speech. I'm reading this book, and I stop my secondary activity, and I grab my Kindle. This isn't my Kindle, this is my iPad. My Kindle's charging over there. I grab my Kindle, and I I start reading because I read faster than text to speech and I just have to know what's going on. Okay, all right, I got it. So I put the book back on text to speech and I keep doing my secondary activity. So I finished the book and I'm like, that did not just happen. So I grab my Kindle again. I go back to the previous chapter and I read that chapter and the last chapter again. I'm like, what? Yes, that's what Nicole Trope did. Yep, that's what Nicole Trope did. Now, why am I looking down? I'm looking down because I want to give you an idea how much I love this author. I'm pulling her up on my iPad. I have read The Family Across the Street, The Boy in the Photo, The Stepchild, The Mother's Fault. I think I've read more by her. I'm going to the next page. His Other Wife, The Life She Left Behind, The Girl Who Never Came Home, The Foster Family, and this one, The Stay-at-Home Mother. And guess what? I think this is the best one of all of her books so far. Why? Because of how surprised I was. And that's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Do I leave you hanging? I hope so. Do you hate me for it? If so, good. Why? Because I want you to go over to your Amazon store and I want you to buy this book when it comes out on January 5th. Now, January 3rd. So I won't post this video till the book is out. It won't be on Kindle Unlimited, but it's only $3.99 American dollars, so it's probably $4.99 UK. But please, if you want a great jaw-dropping psychological thriller, you cannot go wrong with The Stay-at-Home Mother. That's my recommendation to you. And I'd love to know if you read this book. Please come back to my comment section and let me know if it got you as much as it got me. Alrighty, thank you. Bye-bye.